All right, y'all. Welcome to Bayou Land Churches, episode number 8. Today we have a couple of new guests on our show. All right, come on in, guys. All right. Okay, now you guys got to introduce to our parishioners who you are.
I'm Kyle. I'm Noah.
Okay, so Kyle and Noah are two boys here of Jackie Bailey, who is our DRE here at St. Philomena. So, boys, how are your summer been going?
Pretty good. Great. Wait, you don't need to know about it because you went on vacation.
Look. You gotta look over there.
Do we need to talk about our summer?
Yeah, like what have you been doing? Have you been playing video games? Have you been sleeping? Have you been praying? Have you been studying? Have you been bothering me at the office?
No studying.
Yeah.
Kyle no studying. No school. I mean, it's vacation.
Vacation. So we just got back from vacation, and we met a family. So Missy and Jason Hahn, and I also met another parishioner at from Donisonville, and her family was there, and so we had a blast. We had a wonderful time. So, boys, what are you gonna do for the rest of your vacation?
Pretty much sit, watch TV, play video games.
That's so nice. You want to trade? You can come work for me. You get paid, and I will do your vacation for you. I'll watch TV for you and tell you what happened on TV.
Okay, I guess we could do that for a day. But you won't know the shows.
No. I want to do that for the rest of summer, not just for a day.
Fine.
You willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so Noah here is our new administrator, and he will take care of all the stuff in the office here.
And
just to give you a heads up, and Noah and Kyle too. Okay, so sometimes I wonder if taking a vacation is worth it, because when you come back, your workload almost triples, or I mean, at least it'll double. But yeah, sometimes I wonder about that. But here's an insight about vacation: is it gets you away from all the stress and whatnot from the office, right, guys? You get away from your home and you get to hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, we get to hang it out. It's like paradise.
Yeah, I know, right? How awesome is that?
We can eat whatever we want.
All right, guys. Okay.
I have something to tell them real quick. So, like, vacation can get you off of a lot of stuff. You could also meet some new fun friends and do fun stuff with them. Hang on the beach, go on water slides. It could be really fun. We just came back from vacation with Father Joe and his brother Deacon John. It was a blast. There was an arcade, a pool, a lazy river, some water slides. Mom loved the lazy river. She would do it like every single time. She was like, "Go on the water slide that leads in the lazy river."
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you to our two guests, Kyle and Noah. All right, guys, y'all say goodbye.
Bye.
All right, we will see y'all later.
All right. Could be on the next episode.
Yes, you can be on the next episode.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Bye.
We will see y'all later. Go. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. Okay. So, hold on one second. Okay, so there you have it. Going on vacation is a lot of fun. You get to go to the arcade, go down slides. Anyways, a number of updates in our parish. We have in Platenville, a number of the parishioners over there are looking to build a cross. So if you go into the cemetery, I think from what they told me is that there used to be a cross there in the center of the cemetery, kind of like how you would see at St. Elizabeth. You go there, there's a priest's tomb, and there's a crucifix in the center area, and they're looking to put back one of those crucifix at Assumption. And so a number of people have approached me for that. The guys are currently working on it right now. The whole project is around $2,200, and that's just for the cross, the crucifix itself. We have to pour a cement foundation also. And so if anyone has any kind of information, or if you would like to volunteer your time any way, shape, or form in terms of the cement foundation or the donation for the crucifix itself, please call the office or let me know directly. So we're looking to pull that project off whenever we have all the funds that is available. Thank you to Jennifer Landry, Jackie Bailey, Grace Landry, and Sandra Foray, and all of their spouses for helping out with the events for the kids at movie night. I wish there were more people at the movie night, but with the small crowd that we had, I was very thankful because with the small quantity of people, there is an increase or possibility of an increase of camaraderie and intimacy, and just getting to know the people. And quite for myself, all the ones who showed up, I see them at mass, but I don't quite, just have any kind of interaction with them. So this is perfect for me. I really enjoyed the movie night. So thank you to all of y'all for helping me with that, putting on the movie night and setting it up for the kids. I mentioned a number of episodes a while ago, so a couple of weeks ago, that we're still in need of buying some curtains or blackout curtains or shades for the St. Philomene Activity Center because especially right now in the middle of the summer, a lot of sunlight gets in and it's really hard to watch the movies and videos. So what our parishioners did was that they bought these rolls of paper and then we covered it. It worked for a while, but it was a lot of work into covering those windows for that movie. So I'm really looking to making something a little bit more permanent. So if we have donors for that, that'll be great. But otherwise, the parish will buy it, which at the end of the day is still parishioners' donations. So anyways, if you would like to contribute to that, please also let me know because I really would like to get that moving. And as I mentioned also, it's not just to block out sunlight for the movie, but also with it being completely blacked out, it cuts down the sunlight getting into the building. We're running electricity to the AC to be able to cool it down, and so it really helps with our bereavements and whatnot. So anyway, again, if you're interested, call the office or please let me know directly. A number of people have brought to my attention that at St. Anne Church we have been having termite in the back sacristy, which is now the cry room, and Mr. Alvin and a number of other guys have worked on it, and we should be good to go with that right now. And from my notes here, it says that we might even be covered under the contract with the termite company and whatnot. Okay, so one more update at St. Anne Church. We had the toilet and plumbing issue at St. Anne Hall, and that has been replaced thanks to Mr. Rene Daze and Mr. Alvin. So for the last couple of weeks, maybe it's been over 2 months too, there's been a leak in the toilet and also the sink in the hall, and when you walk in there, there's just puddles of water everywhere. And we know that upcoming with the new floors being that's going to be put in, we kind of just put that on the back burner, but that's been addressed. And speaking of the hall, the Caseys right now are continuing to work on getting the old floors pulled up, and then eventually we'll look for contractors to put down new floors for us. So that's coming up down the line. Over at St. Philomena, all the lights around the activity center has been upgraded to the white LED lights, and there has been inside the church there was the chandeliers right above the altar servers, and for the longest amount of time that light was blinking. So anytime you turn on the light, the light would just blink, and I think it drove the altar servers crazy. And at one point we pulled out the light bulb, but the ballast was defective. And so one of my altar servers said, "Thank you, Father, so much for fixing that light." And I said, we didn't fix it. We just pulled out the light bulb. But it took a lot of work. It took multiple tries to find ways to lower the chandelier itself, to get into the chandelier, and to change out the ballast in the light bulb. So thank you to Mr. Dennis Molazon and Mr. Alvin on that project. And that should be it in terms of the updates for this week. Okay, so yesterday, which was Sunday, July 22nd, we had the appreciation dinner for all of our volunteers who helped out with the 225th anniversary at Assumption. Once again, thank you so much. I know this is kind of like a once in a lifetime, and especially for me, being able to not only celebrate the Mass, but also enjoy the Appreciation Day with you for helping out with the anniversary celebration. I knew it was a lot of planning. A lot of people had to get together, after work to meet, to plan things, to order stuff, and to cook. So I really appreciate all the work that you guys have put into the parish. And so may the Lord continue to bless you with good health and well-being, that you may continue to serve Him and His people. Okay, a number of, I just have two more updates with the parish. So the first one is the website. So if you did, I knew when I first got here, a lot of people, we switched over to the new website, and a lot of people said, Father, we can't find your website. We did a Google search, but we couldn't find it. And so now when you do a Google search for St. Anne, Assumption, or St. Philomena, so if you type in St. Anne Napoleonville, or St. Philomena, Labodyville, or Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, Platenville, a Google page will pop up, and it'll give you the website. You can actually click on a button that says website, and it'll bring you to our new website now. So anyways, for those of y'all who have been watching and know, the updates, I mean, you know what our website is, and it's for visitors who would like to visit our page or our parish and don't know where to go, and they do a Google search. And the previous one always led back to the old website, which is now a dead link. So that's not helpful. So that has been changed. So when you do a search now for any of our parishes, it'll bring you to our new website. And also, I noticed a lot of people have been telling me that they enjoy the videos, which I enjoy making them too. It's a lot of work because if you look at a number of priests here in our diocese and also in Thibodeau, for example, like Father Josh in our diocese here, he's at Holy Rosary in Saint Amant. He does videos, but there's someone who records the videos for him, edit the video, upload the video, and do all of the production work for him. If you look at Father Bryce Higginbotham in Homa Thibodeau, he does a lot of videos too. But again, there is someone who does all the production work for him. So I myself do all of the work myself. So it is a lot of work, but at the same time, I really enjoy the work that I do, because not only is it personal to our parish, but also it's something that I can do in terms of technology. And so anyways, a lot of people have mentioned to me that they really enjoy the videos, and a way for me to spread this to our parishioners is if you share it. So if I put a Facebook link up, a way that it can spread is if you share it. If you like it, if you make a comment on it, that gets spread. So someone had mentioned to me recently that, Father, every time you put, the cross and the JMJ, by the way, if you don't know what that is, the cross and the JMJ stands for Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Okay, so when I write a letter, I'll put JMJ at the top. If I'm writing, when I did research paper back when I was in the seminary, at the very top I would always put JMJ. So my work, my paper, my research, all of that is dedicated to the Holy Family. So anyways, anytime that person said, anytime you put the cross and the JMJ on it, and you put Dear Parishioners, you always get thousands of likes. And it's always some bad news that's going on. I don't mean it to be like that. So maybe I need to do that for all of everything. But I don't know. It gets to be too much sometimes. So I've noticed with that, that sometimes will hit 3,000-4,000 likes because people look at it, they comment on it, they react to it, they share it, and this is how we get above that 1,000 mark. Because when you look at our page only has like 1,600 likes, and the way that it gets above that 1,600 is if people share it. And I remember one time one of my posts from a very tragic news at St. Philomena got up to like 15,000 views. Again, this is a way for us to spread what's going on in a parish. And really, I know sometimes people don't have the time to sit down and watch an entire video. But as long as if you can watch 2-3 minutes out of the video, or just read a little bit of the bulletin article and post, I think you're getting something out of it, because I myself get something out of it every time I do it. So my encouragement to you is, if you can, help me share the videos so that it does spread and get to a larger viewer base of parishioners in our community. So before the kids go back to school this year, I'd like to have another cleanup day at St. Anne, and that's scheduled right now for Saturday, August the 11th, from 8 to 11:30, and after we're done, we'll have lunch, and that's going to be served at the Landsman Center. And so I'm going to post onto the screen a number of things that I really need cleaned up. So the KC shed, and I'm calling the KC shed as a whole, but really it's our side, like St. Anne's side, like the storage shed. It needs to be cleaned up just a little bit. It's already cleaned last year, but it just needs to be tidied up a little bit, because now we have like people such as myself have gone in there and put in stuff, and that needs to be tidied up a little bit. The choir loft at St. Anne needs to have a little bit of tender love and care also. The women's bathroom has a little storage area that we need to kind of rummage through and see what we need and don't need, and all the stuff that we don't need, either give it away or throw it away. And there are 3 other sections in here. So the storage underneath the rectory. So if you go underneath the rectory, there is a small storage area that there's a lot of junk in there that needs to be thrown away. The attic above the rectory. So it's not really an attic. It's more a second story that used to have bedrooms and whatnot. There's about 3 rooms up there, and it's it really needs some work up there with cleanup. And the last one is to spray down the condensing units, the AC condenser units. I don't quite remember when the last time we did that, but that'll help to keep our AC running efficiently. And so those are the couple of things that I'll need some attention to, if y'all can help me with that in on the cleanup day. So the cleanup day again is Saturday, August the 11th, from 8 o'clock to 11:30. And if I can get as many hands on that as possible, that'll help with the project go through a lot quicker. And I want to close with this. When I got to the parish, I know when serving Mass with some of the altar servers, they're always anxious and nervous around a new priest. And especially with a new priest coming in, they just don't know how to quite react or respond to what he wants, what he likes, how to serve Mass with him, and they just kind of go into this, this brain fart. So one of the things I started doing with them is not only praying for them to become or to even consider the call to priesthood, but also interacting with them. And one of the things, if you've been to any of my Masses, and if there's an opportunity, if there's an altar server who comes in early, and he gets vested for Mass and whatnot, I'll take my chasuble and I'll go in some way, shape, or form. Hey, can you help me keep this thing nice and flat and not wrinkled? And the way that you can help me with that is just to put it on you. And I'll have the altar server wear the chasuble, and I'll have him walk out to put down either the Roman Missal or the Missalette or my binder at my chair. And I always get some sort of laugh or reaction from the congregation, whoever shows up early. And this is a way for them to begin thinking about, hey, is the Lord calling me to be a servant for Him and His people? And recently at the last installation mass, the bishop came, and I asked the bishop, with your permission, if you're okay with it, could I take your mitre, which is that pointy hat that the bishop wears? And so, anyways, I asked him for permission, and he told me, sure, take it out. So I put it on one of our altar servers, and he had this smile on his face, which, it's really awesome to be able to see the bishop so joyful when he sees an altar server interacting with priests and the bishop himself. So during the installation mass, after the whole thing was over, a number of people had come over to my parents, and I've told my parents, thank you so much for giving your son to our community, to our parishes. So a thought ran through my head is, are you willing to give up your sons for the priesthood, your daughters for the religious life, the convent, and whatnot, to become religious sisters? Because if we don't support it, if we don't give up our children, if we don't pray for them, it's really hard to be able to find ministers for our church. And by church, I mean church with a big C as a whole, for our entire holy church. And again, it comes with a cost, it comes with a sacrifice. And it can only begin with your family. If your family truly supports priesthood, truly supports vocation, it has to come from you. And a vocation is not just to the priesthood or to the religious life. It's also with everything that you do, everything that goes on in your family. It has to all begin with sacrifice and prayer. And so as I close this, may the Lord continue to bless you in your daily life, and we'll see you in the next episode. And God bless you and your family.